Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I Surbi Goel legal intern at LexLeg. Today I'm going to talk about wagering agreement. So let's get started. First of all, I will talk about what do you mean by the term wager. So wager is basically mean a bet that is made as on the result of an uncertain events, such as you can say race, game, or anything like that. So the money which is risk in the wager is known as stake, and the person who holds the bet money to the winner, pay to the winner, is known as stakeholder. Wagering agreement are nothing but a kind of an agreement. The subject matter of bet bet may be anything, like it can be anything like race, game, or anything. And a bet can be laid on anything under the sun. So a wager can be made on a past event or on a future event. So anybody can bet on either of the events. Like they can bet on the past event or on the future event. So, but it is generally made on the future event. Each party stand equally to win or lose the bet. So let me tell you the times. There are two kinds of wagers in general. So there are two kinds of wager. First, those made on the happening of an uncertain event entirely for the sport, and second, those in which an uncertain event affect a business transaction. So now I will give you few examples of wager so that you can understand in a more a better way. Okay, so for example, A agrees with B that if there is rain on a particular day, like let's take A bet B that they will that on then tomorrow will be there will be a rainy day. So A will pay rupees 50 to B if there is no rain, and B will pay rupees 50 to A if there is rain. Okay, so this is a wagering agreement. Each party has a chance to win or lose. So next example I could give is in a let's take in a wrestling match. A tells B, the wrestler, number two will you can say number two will, okay, A tells B that wrestler number two will win, and B challenges the statement of A. So they bet with each other over the result of the match. There is a wagering agreement. Another example to explain you more could be like a say a purchase of a ticket, say in a lottery, is a wagering agreement. So I gave you the example of wagering agreement. So what we have learned so far, what we have known so far is what is what the meaning of wager. There is a chances of winning or lose for both the parties. A wagering agreement can be made on both future agreements or on the past agreements. Sorry, on the past events and future events. I gave you some examples. So regarding agreements by way of wager, Section 30 of the Contract Act state thus, agreement by way of wager are void. So and no still shall be suit shall be brought for recovering anything alleged to be won on any wager or entrusted to any person to able to abide by the result of any game or other uncertain events on which the wager is made. So there are few exception also, exception in favor of certain you can say prices for for horse racing, for horse racing. Section shall not be deemed to render unlawful a subscription or contribution or agreement to subscribe of the contribute made or entered into for or towards any play. So a prize or sum of money of the value or amount of 500 rupees or upwards to be awarded to the winner or winners and winner of any horse race. Now we will talk about essentials of a wagering agreement. So there are various essentials to be called it as a wagering agreement. So what are they? First, there must be a promise to pay money or money is worth. Second, the promise must be dependent upon the happening or non-happening of the event, of the particular event. Third, the event must be uncertain. This uncertain event may be maybe for past or future. The uncertainty need not always be the reference to be a future event. So it could be past also. There may be also a wager about an event which is certain, but regarding which there is uncertainty in the minds of contracting parties. It may be, for instance, regarding the height of some mountain, depth of some river, or the result of election of which is already over, or as to who was the Prime Minister of Britain in 1914. So it could be anything. It doesn't depend on that. Fourth could be there must be two parties. Each party must have a chance to lose or to win. That means one party will definitely win and another party will definitely lose the wager. Next is the gain of one party must be the loss of the other. Essential is the promise must have been made with the sole intention to gamble. Wager is a game of chance. Both the parties, under no circumstances, instead of enforced delivery, they should intend to perform the contract by paying the difference. Thus, in a wagering contract, delivery is always out of question. And the last essential is none of the parties should have control over the happening of an event. So if one party has the event in his own hands, the transaction is not at all a wager. So a wager may have all the other requisites of a legal contract, that is parties, consideration, subject matter, and the meeting of the minds. But that is by one party to other according. But it is with, I would say, it is that is with the peculiarity, that is performance in the alternative, that is by one party or the other according as one of the other losses. So that's all for today. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.